Howdy, y'all. I was blind, but now I see. And it ain't necessarily a secret. Jesus said, they hated me, they will hate you also. The part I didn't get, he had already chosen me before I chose him. And it dawned on me this morning. You know, I was telling y'all the story about how I always could feel, I get irritated with the same music over and over again. My mic isn't working right. I see it jobbling. We'll let that music and stuff get through rolling, and then I'll tell my tale. I'm going to switch players. It's not even wanting me to talk about my experience right now. I'm getting some interruption in that microphone. I'm seeing it. It's barely touching the orange, and when it does that, I listen to it later and it's muted. I want to tell y'all something. Something that God has spoken to me once again. He can use anything to speak to you. He was already speaking to me earlier, like before the incident happened. Just when I woke up. I'll share something with y'all. That's why I put it on the APS show, because this ain't the APS show. This is going to be gaming. Boy, I'm still getting that interference in my microphone, whatever it is. I'm going to switch characters here. I'm going to go out of Trent and go into Wendy for a while. Does my computer got energy? Let me see. Talking of energy. Yeah, it's charging. I don't know why it seems dark this morning. Let me see if the light brights all the way up. Yeah, it just looks dark this morning. Maybe it's just his apartment. Okay, hold on. Let me... Huh? Nothing's moving. Here we go. I want to switch characters. Here we go. We're going to go into the swap room. While we're at the swap room, I'm going to try to tell my story. Like I said last night, I get tired. Like when I had XM, man, that was like the world when I first got that, because I'd get tired of stuff. I'd go find something else to listen to. I found this one time where I was listening to African music, because they had an At World channel on there, and it mostly played a lot of African. I was listening to actual, and I couldn't even understand half of it. Sometimes they wouldn't even be English. Well, the past few days, 2 or 3 days, it's almost been a week now. When I think about it, it's been a week, nearly a week. I switched this 92.3 or I told it yesterday, I don't remember right now, 92.3 in Los Angeles. It's a hip hop channel. And every day they've been playing this song, and I would feel it, I'd listen to it in the background. I got enemies, lots of enemies. You know, I don't listen to the current hip hop. And this is a marker that I don't really listen to the current hip hop. Because this song is old, and it was Drake. And I was thinking, if I don't have the girls, and I don't have the money, Lord, what are they after? I could walk in a room when I was a little boy, and I could feel this hatred. I'm going to tell you another story. When I first was dropped off at school for the very first day, I think I may have told this story. By the way, this was the first time I ran into my grandfather, by the way. He happened to be in the office. He was one of the gas people. He would do jobs for the gas and stuff. And I just told my mama this morning. She didn't probably know about this one. That was the first time I've seen him. They dropped me off in school. They take me all the way down to the classroom. I'm standing in line and going, and fear is just coming over me. Because I've been dropped off for the first time in my life. Never separated from my parents. First time. Fear comes over me. My heart's beating fast. As they get to me in the line to go in the door, instead of going in the door, I run. I dart. I run all the way back up. I believe they had a ramp. Yeah, I think they had a ramp. They might have steps. I know they had steps, but I think they had a ramp. I ran up that ramp. I was almost to the door in the library. And the library and the offices were closed. The librarian grabs me. You come here. You can't go. She grabs me. She picks me up around. And I get contact with this guy in the office. He's looking at me and I'm looking at him. Years later, I run into him at the school again, and he speaks to me, walks by, and he says hi. And I remember he was the guy that was in the office 2 or 3 years before. Well, one day we get home. I get home from the bus. I get off the bus. And my sister, she says, there's this man here, and he's scaring me. And he meets me, and I tell her, you're right, but I've seen him before. I tell her. I said, I've seen him twice. Well, when we leave, our daddy, he comes up smiling from ear to ear. Our mama cut him off. She had issues with him, and she cut him out of her life. And she didn't have nothing to do with him. My daddy says, you know that man that's here working on the furnace? That was your grandfather. He was grinning from ear to ear. But I'm going to tell you another story. I never could figure out what people was after with me. I have nothing. No name. I got a little bit of a name with my music. But I mean, even that's little. Like, I'm little. Go look at my rating. I'm like something and something in the area, but I'm down the thousands now. I've gotten up in the thousands. But I'm still 1,000 in an artist. I'm 1 in 1,000. You know, like 1 in a million? Well, I'm 1 in 1,000. I've got a little name with a podcast. Indeed, I had a bigger audience when I used to do it. Now they've all went on. When I used to do it regularly, I had a little audience. My video audience has diminished over the years, even with my gaming. I've got little, but now I do have one thing, a connection with God. And even getting on people's levels. I mean, I give them their junk back. It doesn't separate me from it. I would think it would separate me. If you listen to some of these talkers, you can't sin, you can't do this and that. It draws me closer to him. It draws me closer. I mean, he will literally be talking to me, comforting me, sending me messages, sending me sermons. Sometimes he pops out in the Bible. Like that night I told you I gave up on him. And I whined and it was the quietest night I'd ever had in my life. Finally I get up and say, Lord, I don't mean that. And I turn on the Bible. And there he gives me. He said, some things you're struggling with just prayer, son. Some things takes more than prayer. It was the disciples dealing with a devil. And they couldn't figure out why they was having problems with that devil. And he told them, some things takes more than prayer. He meant prayer and fasting. That's what he meant. But I never figured out what people was after. Brother, pray for me. They're after my energy. Energy. I've always been drained of energy. I've spent most of my life laying down, sick, not feeling good. It's my energy that people are after. And that's a sign, too. That's a sign of, you go reading up spiritual warfare. Some of the things that some of these entities are after. The adrenaline, what do they call that? They do from the kids. I was a kid when it started, by the way. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm an old man now. But it started because I could feel it. I kept myself away from people because of it. When you listen to that song, he's talking about all the girls and them not being real girls and them not being real friends and them being fake friends. And God finally used that song to wake me up to what? Because I think I say, Lord, I'd asked him this for years. I mean, years. What does people not like me? I ain't done nothing. But I give it back to him. I got to quit. That's what I prayed with him about this morning. I got to quit. And people's tried to tell me. I just don't hear it. Maybe that's why he didn't blatantly hear it. He knows he can't tell me anything. I have to always wake up to everything myself. Well, I woke up this morning. Today was a good day. Today, I don't know how the day's going to go, but it has been a blessed day because my eyes, the scales have fallen off my eyes. And maybe I'll guard myself better in the future. I'm going to have to, especially now. Because I see. It's my energy they're after. It's my energy. And some reason or other, I didn't do nothing to get it. Like I tell people, he kind of chased me down. I got obsessed with rock and roll. He started saying, son, you need to look at this. I said, well, yeah, I can still have my rock and roll guide. I just don't have to give myself to the devil. That was young me. That was young me, y'all. I'm telling you. And when I asked him to show himself to me, he showed himself. I was like the guy that had to touch his wounds. But I've told y'all many a times, blessed is he who doesn't have to see. Because just think, if God hadn't have just come around, if God hadn't have just been there, I'd be one of the lost people. Because I couldn't believe nothing that I couldn't see. He even showed me the dark side too, and I seen them with my own eyes. I also saw the power that I didn't get her. I gotta go back, man. I forgot to switch them. I saw the power he had over him. And that was my Will Smith moment, but also my, God, that wasn't me, that was you. My Will Smith moment. I call that my Will Smith moment. Every time I see that, I think of that. I'd seen it before, by the way. I went to see that at the theater. That means I seen it a few months before. Because you're talking about July 96, February 97. I seen it a few months before. But it didn't dawn on me till years later when I was watching the movie again. And I thought, that's the way I reacted when those demons done exactly what I told them to in the name of Jesus. I had my, yeah, you take that, you ugly entity. They were ugly. They had tentacles, fingers and everything. Something I thought was tentacles. I thought they were tentacles. They had something with their heads, hanging from their heads. I don't know what was hanging from their heads. I don't know if it was snakes or what. They had something hanging from their heads, these entities. And they were about 7 feet tall. My ceiling was 8. And they were almost to the ceiling. I call them entities. They were probably devils. They were solid, though. We ain't talking about invisible ghosts. They were as solid as you and I. They wasn't ghosts. Now, the thing they came out of was like a portal. They're both leaving now. She's out of shape. Look at that. That fat thing needs to hit the gym. We're going to make you hit the gym, Wendy. I'm going to have to let you run some. I ain't using her car. She's unhealthy. I'm not going to let her use her car. I'm going to make her run to the casino. You know how far she is. She's gonna get some help. Because I learned the hard way, y'all. I learned the hard way. I'd had everything else, but I wouldn't have the fucking diabetes. I need to watch the tongue, too. You know, he don't like a forward tongue. His Bible tells you so. You don't like a forward tongue. Thank you for not leaving me, Jesus. And thank you for opening my eyes this morning. Because I think, he tells you that stuff don't matter. He even tells you about trading your soul for fame. But I say, Lord, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no money. I ain't got looks. I ain't got shit. And it seems like everywhere I go, there's always a fucking hater. Everywhere I've ever turned up. And I couldn't get it. And it dawned on me this morning when I heard that song. I'm going to tell you, I'm not even going to judge Drake. I'm hearing some things. But like Marilyn Manson, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to have to, if he's really into that, what they're, whoa, wonder why that didn't charge. I had it on the charger. I'm going to have to get the other controller. Give me a minute. Now this controller's doing that. I'm starting to think this is more than controllers. This was a newer controller. This says bigger than the controller, y'all. This is something else. Well, let me get the other one. I know it was charged. Give me a minute. I'll have to swap into the... I don't even remember if I done it or not. We'll have to swap into the the mode where I'm by myself.
Running gave me hammer toe.
Time. Hey, what's up? Hello, Mrs. Carlson. Fuck you! That chariot! Peace to you. Let's get this chariot in motion! Get this shit back in motion.
Hello there. Hey.
God bless you and thank you.
No, I was just gonna get lunch at Limey's. I'm doing a cleanse. Seriously? We just fucking broke up last night. Yes, that was me. I can't believe you remembered. I'm starting a new raw diet this week.
I hear that, ooh.
Yep, I was talking a lot of stuff there and I was muted. I didn't even realize I was muted. That's okay.
Having some fun.
I was talking rock and roll and everything, but it don't matter now.
Yes.
It don't matter now.
You already did this.
We ain't going back. I actually forgot a big name that I shouldn't have forgot. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a real metal fan. I'm a fake. When I forgot the name that I forgot and I was muted and you can't hear the conversation. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you this one. I was talking about Skid Row and seeing Sebastian Bach a lot of times. I mean, one time in Skid Row a lot of times. But I was glad that I seen him for that one time. Because I probably wouldn't buy him again. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I wouldn't know if I could even get in the door. He had this hatred. He has this hatred for Trumpers. And I don't even know if I could get in the door. So I would never probably buy tickets. We did miss him one time because we had to miss him. And we seen him one time. And he was great. Oh yeah, I was trying to sing Skid Row songs and I couldn't sing the songs right. And I was thinking, well, Bach probably couldn't sing them like he sung them back then. I mean, he does good, but not like he was back then. I was having trouble getting the Bach voice. I mean, not the Bach voice, but even a decent Skid Row. You're better off dead, but you're making a mess of me. I couldn't even get the song. I hate when my mic gets muted like that. I really do hate when my mic gets muted. I'm going to start checking it more. It's just happening a lot lately. I was talking some really deep stuff this morning. Really deep. Maybe I wouldn't meant to tell it. But I'm going to say one thing. If you're a rock and roller, if you're a rock and roller and you got an audience that actually likes you, don't worry about their political differences. Don't let these politicians, these dirty politicians, rob you of your audience,
Hiya, Jerry.
because they're not worth it. They are not worth it.
Did they? Well, that's good news.
Because if you got an audience that's loving you, but yet you're different beliefs, that's a beautiful thing. Don't let them rob you of that, because these people are ugly. They're evil on both sides. This evil just ain't. I mean, what Barack Obama was doing was evil. People like Lenny Kravitz and all these singers tried to get everybody to love each other. It don't matter if you're black or white. And he come along with his division. And he did that. That's what he did. He divided black from white. He brought back the race wars of the 60s. He brought all that junk back. Don't let these ugly politicians rob you of your audience. I'm talking to people like Sebastian Bach right now. Don't let these people do this. Because I'm going to use Rachel Bolan. This is probably one of the reasons why they don't like Bach. He's so divisive at times. Now, I'm not throwing off on him. Like I said, he's a good singer. I got to see him one time in Skid Row many times.
Hey, man.
My father even talked about Skid Row on his deathbed, even though he hated Skid Row when we was kids. He hated them. He didn't like them. He thought they were going to corrupt his children. Bach probably did sort of corrupt me, but because I like that rock and roll attitude where, well, fuck you. I like that.
My brother used to know who to trust around here.
I've never seen that before.
Listen.
Get out of the way, you fucker.
Questionable about the activities
The pizza! The pizza! I found the pizza! It interrupted my story, though. I finally found the pizza. Why can't I need to remember where it's at. Because I've been trying to find the pizza for months. I got a screenshot when she goes out, man. Aw, man, she's on the bike. I'll never find it again. It's in the area. I know where to look. Capitol Records. I got a screenshot Capitol Records. It's in the area with Capitol Records. It interrupted my story. I'm gonna use Rachel Bolan here. He used to go into the concerts and he used to say, "This is the United Nations of rock and roll." I see Judas Priest t-shirts. I see Guns N' Roses t-shirts. I see Slayer t-shirts. I see, and it's beautiful. Well, it's beautiful. Like say, even Green Day. You need to stop this, man. Don't alienate your audience. If you got an audience and they like you and they're different beliefs than you, you better see that as a beautiful thing. These politicians are all ugly. I'm going to re-say what I said, and I was saying it better a while ago. I've got all these distractions because now I've got the pizza distracting me. This is Satan distracting me from talking here. I'll pause it. If I get thrown out, I get thrown out. Rachel Bolan, he used to start the crib. When before he was psychotherapist, he'd always get up me going about us in the sea of t-shirts. This may be one of the reasons why he don't want Bach back, by the way. Bach's kind of a divider. He wants everybody to be together. Lenny Kravitz, he was posting his stuff about love, everybody still, are you going to go my way? Everybody loving each other. People like Barack Obama separated us. People like Lenny Kravitz. Let's think of Martin Luther King. These people tried to get everybody to love each other, no matter what you look like. And you got all these fucking dividers. Both sides are bad, by the way. This is what I was saying a while ago. The Democrats and Republicans. And each one nitpick, depending on what side of the fence you're on, nitpick you to give up your liberties. And in the end, when they're both through, both sides, getting you to choose a side, Marilyn Manson, he's beautiful with that stuff, but he's not going to choose a side. They nitpick you until you keep giving up your liberties, and each side gives up a little bit of liberties here and there because they don't like each other. They don't like each other. This video probably won't even get watched because that was a whole long time. People usually don't like videos that don't have no narrative to it. I'm probably going to clip some of this. I'm probably going to take this and divide it because I'm saying something here. Sebastian Bach, Green Day. I beg you, stop dividing your audience. If you got people with different beliefs in there, don't just leave it to skin color or misuse of skin color, white, black. Don't let people do that. But I'm talking about even beliefs here. If you got people in your audience that love your music, I'd be welcoming the people, even though I kind of lean both ways. And I'm totally against the tyranny. This is what I'm talking about here. The tyranny. The tyranny. The tyranny. They keep chiseling like they pit abortion, life against each other. They win. When they get in here and they get to make these laws, they win. Because they always put some wording in there where they can use it for other things. Gay, straight, marriages, gay marriage, straight marriage. They get in there. They put laws in there where they can use it against you. And in the end, when they're tired of using the left and the right, basically when they suck all your liberty energy out. Your liberty energy. When they suck all your liberty energy out of your country and you got no more liberties, you're in the Soviet Union, baby. They like to talk about that Russian fear. You're in the Soviet Union, and they use the left and the right to do this. So you better quit nitpicking. If you got an audience, you better look at it like the C-of-U-N. Like Rachel Bolan with the T-shirts, with the Maiden. It was Maiden, I couldn't think of their name. And then I actually yelled out, I wonder if I'm even muted. Because this is good talk here, what I'm talking. Because Sebastian Bach, he's one of the dividers, man. He tells them, if you don't like my opinion, stay away. I would never buy tickets to him again. We missed him one show. We seen one. I'm thankful for the one I seen. Even though he thinks different than me. He was one of my childhood idols as a musician. Now, I don't make idols anymore. I've told y'all about that. And it didn't have nothing to do with it, but little childish me thought, well, God probably showed me. But then later on, I got to realizing it was bigger than me. But I thought it. So I made an anti-idol called Marilyn Manson. He's my anti-idol. In other words, I didn't make him an idol, but I love him. I'm going to tell y'all, don't let them divide your audience. Don't let them divide you away from your audience. The best way, if you think the best way to do this is try to educate. Like if you think we're wrong, and I think, because we might be all wrong. They might be deceiving us all. Because their gain is control. That's what they want. They want to control you. They want to control you. Don't let them put that entity between you and your audience. Now I'm going to get back to this mission. Because I've never had it before. Only thing I'm on this fucking map I can't see. I see the dot, though. I see plenty of dots. There's a whole bunch.
He's a director, so I let him.
Unless we're talking about the casting couch. Boy, I was deep today. No wonder Satan shut that up. But I'm just going to let him shut it up. I'm not going to say it again. I'm going to take it to God. I was telling too much, and God don't want me telling it. So I'm just not going to leave it off the recording. Maybe I told too much. See, that's me. I share. When God shares stuff to me, I share it. But sometimes he may not want me sharing it. Because I was muted. I was muted. So I'm going to take it that he revealed some things to me. And maybe I was revealing too much. But now I will tell you one thing about this what led to my music conversation. It's because I was singing songs and I couldn't get the song right, and I thought about some days I can't get Funko Axel right, and I couldn't get my Skid Row singing voice down. It led me to a conversation about CM Bike and seeing Rachel Boland. And Rachel Boland, like I said, he always sees the sea of T-shirts. And I forgot who Judas Priest was. I mean, not Judas Priest. Iron Maiden. I was saying when I found out that I was muted, I'm not a real metal fan because I forgot who Iron Maiden was. You know, Iron Maiden's a biggie. I wasn't a fan of her. Metal. If you know a name in metal, I'm not really a fan. I like some of their songs, so I don't like the band. I'm not a big. They were kind of before my time in a way. They were early, and they were one I didn't get introduced to really till a few years later. Because the radio stations I listened to, they didn't play the hell out of them. Like some of them did, but some of them didn't. And I wasn't really a big fan, even when they would play like The Number of the Beast. I wasn't really a fan of The Number of the Beast. Because I was shined. I was one of the people that was kind of touched Christian-wise. And it was only later on when I started questioning myself, I was able to accept stuff like that. Number of the Beast was too early. So I kind of stayed away. Stay away! I didn't do that to Marilyn Manson. I'm glad I did. Because I could have. Because there was those religious strings trying to keep me away from Marilyn Manson. I just didn't. I snapped them. I said, those tentacles ain't coming on me. Get them away from me, Satan. Get those tentacles away from me. And I'm glad I did, because I learned a lot from Marilyn Manson. I mean, sometimes his lyrics, I could get, like I was telling you about the Drake. Well, I don't know if you heard that or not, because it was muted. I made a post about the Drake thing. But I was talking deep about it this morning. Like deep. Like this was a deep conversation that was deep, and it got cut. It got cut because my mic was muted and I didn't know it. And I don't know how long it was muted. I don't know how long I had it muted. That happens sometimes. Because what happens is I pull the screen full, I don't see nothing. When I pull the screen full, I'm just seeing, it's like a TV. I'm not seeing anything but the screen. I'll probably take this mission later, so I'm going to have to get off. I'm going to have to cut the day short. But at least I know where it's at now, and I'm going to know where to look for it. It's somewhere around the, I'm going to search that area high and low. I took the screenshot. I'll pull the screenshot and find the area. It's around there. Because I've never found the pizza before. So I was talking some big talk. Big talking! Just talk all night. Boy, you have to deliver them. I'll see y'all later. Have a good day. 'Cause I do need to get off here. I must have been talking more than I needed to talk because it was muted. But now I will tell you one thing. If you got an audience that's liking different aspects, but yet they come from different beliefs, you don't need to be running it off. Because these dividers, that's exactly what they are. They're dividers. And they're getting you to give up your liberty little by little on both sides. These jokesters are doing this on both sides. And in the end, when they milk both of us out of all of our liberties, you'll be where the Soviets were at. And it'll be even worse. Because like I said, the Soviets could go underground. You can't run from them because they monitor everything. Oh, you could. You could give up the cell phone. You could give up all that stuff that world they built. You could give it all up. That'd be the only way you could escape them. Go off the grid. And I'm not even sure the off the gridders are off the grid because they got the satellites. There's a Trent Reznor song about the satellites. They got their satellites. You may not even be able to go off the grid with off the grid, if you hear what I'm saying. I'll see y'all next time. You have a good day. Lord, I don't know how long I was muted. I see I had somebody come in here. I was just deep in my conversation.